Transcending. We want to talk to you about relationships a little bit because we know at times they can be difficult, but they do bring with them the most rich and revealing understandings that you can achieve about yourself as you view yourself in them. Notice that we said view yourself in them. Yes, everything that is coming back to you is actually a mirrored view of you, you see. What happens oftentimes in disputes, especially between couples, is that they decide that there's definitely a right and there's definitely a wrong, and each of them dig in, and this very thick energy enters the field. They don't like it. An argument ensues, and one is sure that the other is going to give, that somehow they are right and the other is wrong. You see, this is what occurs. But we want you to understand, and we'll give you this little bit of an analogy so that you can get a better feel for it or look at it, that if you had a couple, for example, and one of them was very successful throughout their life, working very hard and providing what they felt was good value, let's use that, to the relationship in the supply of income and success, they would hold the view of themselves of that role or that place, yeah? And then perhaps the other partner is deciding that they themselves would like to contribute, but because they are not contributing, they are holding a little bit of unworthiness or unsteadiness in that area of their life, you see. How they would be alerted to this is a mirror would come to them that would actually stimulate them into defense or something that they needed to push against that they did not like the view of that was coming from the partner that they are with, you see. We're not saying that either partner is right or wrong, quote unquote, because as the one pushes against in feeling a little unworthiness, which is their own, the other one will feel a sense of not value, which goes opposite of what they believe in themselves, of what they perceive and what they have provided. And so they would move to a feeling of not being loved, wouldn't they? They would start to think that my partner doesn't appreciate what it is I am providing to this relationship, to this family. And they would move to this stance of, I'm not valued. I'm not enough, or something that deserves consideration, you see. So each of them are getting a mirrored result. We have one that is lacking love of self. And then we have one that is in self-unworthiness or has attached to needing something in its experience that would provide it with worthiness. We're letting that sink in. You are worthy. The moment that you draw a breath, the moment that you lie your eyes onto something, you are creating. And in the divine part of you, and in the universe as a whole, it doesn't value anything. Hear that? Anything that you would add in the form of income, in the form of professions, in the form of anything, as something that is greater than or better than anything else. You should really be hugging each other for the mirrored views that you're getting of each other. Once you can move to this understanding and make the conflict not true or false, not right or wrong, but a revealing process that both of you are in something, and you are revealing something to each other in the way that you feel. The feeling of not self-love is all of the things that support not being appreciated, not being valued, not being considered, not being satisfied. All of those things would represent a lack of self-love, and therefore the partner that you would be with would actually mirror that back to you. And then as that feeling hits this one, I'm not loved, I'm not valued, I'm not enough, I'm not worth consideration, then anger would come, wouldn't it? Then a rebelling against that mirror that this one is not wanting to see would start to ignite within them. And here you go, fellas. You're in a conflict, aren't you? So the one that is defending, the one that believes that they are going to be worthy once they achieve what it is that they need to achieve, that is feeling unworthiness, is getting a ping pong effect. It's coming right back to them as they have this exchange. So we want you to take right and wrong out of it. We want you to realize that all of your relationships, all of them, are being attracted to you by you, and that there is no right and wrong. We're not saying that you can't justify it, that you can't say, well, you haven't seen what's going on at my house. You haven't seen what I'm doing. We've heard it all, yeah? And we don't really care because we know that you are in relationships for learning, discovering about yourself, you see. You have to know that you are loved and value yourself in love. You have to know that you are worthy and value yourself in your worthiness, that there is nothing that you need to do that would make you better or more worthy, let's use that term, yeah? And when you move to this place, all you will receive in a reflection is your own worthiness, is your own value, you see. So we hope that this helps those of you that find yourself in conflicts. We're never going to take a side, never, because we know that you are getting exactly, both of you, what it is that you need to get. Good day.